slowly go honking. Hello, so today I am on a shoot at Yashodha Medicity in Ghaziabad, Indirapuram. So what we are doing here is basically capturing the facade and the atrium of the hospital. There is a particular material that has been used in the facade and the lobby, and we are only focusing on that. So we can say that this is a partial shoot of the hospital, and we are definitely not covering the entire property. So my approach for this shoot is very different, and the entire idea revolves around being able to showcase the material in its best light. So while we are speaking, I am also capturing a few shots of the atrium, because we did a few shots of the atrium earlier, but the light from the outside, from the front elevation, was a lot. I decided to time it at a time when the light will be lesser, it will be controlled, and we'll be able to see more of the material application inside. So that's how sometimes you have to shoot and reshoot the spaces just to really follow the brief given. Since this is a hospital lobby, we have to take multiple shots of people's movement so that later on we can actually remove the people from the frames. And what I'm doing is I'm taking a bracket as well as shooting it intermittently in a little while, so that, and after every 2-3 minutes, so that we notice a change in the movement, and we will be able to then remove all sort of movement and only keep the one that we want. So as a part of the recce yesterday night, we went around and we saw other vantage points also. So there are buildings which are high-rise structures next to the hospital, and we went and spoke to the security guards, and we took permissions, and we tried to sort of find better vantage points so that we can click the final evening shot from there. What I've done is I've found one vantage point which is right in front of this building, and thankfully I'm able to get the geometrical center of the building on a higher floor, from which we are going to now shoot the evening last twilight shot. So all of this process of finding the right spot to shoot is one of the key features of architectural photography. Hello guys, good morning. So today is the second day of shoot with the company who's provided the materials for the facade, and you must be wondering, where did that evening sequence go from yesterday? So what I went through was what can possibly go wrong on an architectural photo shoot. Yesterday was an example of that. As you remember, I told that we have found a nice vantage point on the top of a building, and I was supposed to go there in the evening and set up my tripod, take the evening shot and all of that. But at the end moment, the guards and the administration of the opposite building, where we had done the recce in the day and taken a few shots from, they refused us the permission to go up and climb all the way top to the terrace and click images of our project. So this is what can actually sort of break your entire motivation or the energy or the excitement, when suddenly, for no reason, just out of the blue, the administration decides to not let you access the vantage point which they had agreed and accepted and all of that. But such are things on shoots for architecture, and so I was so, well, I would say pissed, and I was a bit sad. The evening shot could have been simply one of the most influential shots that we could create yesterday, but I could not place myself at that vantage point, and we ended up just flying the drone for a bit and trying and capture something similar. But there is always that little difference that comes in when you shoot with a drone or with your professional full frame camera. So all of that just ended in what I would say an incomplete shoot. But that was yesterday, and today we are at this beautiful clubhouse which we are going to shoot. And this is for the same company who have provided the facade material, as you can see, and we will frame our shots. I'm at the moment doing a brief recce while the team arrives and we formally get the permissions to shoot. So we are at new housing society by county group in Gurgaon, sector 88, and today is going to be this. I think it's called city code by county or something similar. Look at the number of flats. So high rise. Just look at that. Okay, so we are here on the second leg of the shoot. This is the Club Mocha, the clubhouse of county group in Gurgaon. And I'm here on the third floor of these apartments, those high-rise buildings. And from here, while we have a decent vantage point, but I don't like it so much. The reason is that I would have preferred one floor down, but apparently the flat below has been allotted to somebody and there is nobody. We don't have the access. See, at this height, basically we are almost at the height of the terrace of the clubhouse. So it's not visually appealing, the frame here. So we will choose to go down on the ground floor near the water and try and get our final shot from there, because this shot is not looking as impressive. So the build form is being subdued because we are almost at the level of the roof line, so you can't see the play of the curves, and all of that has been flattened. And in fact you can see the mumpties, which are the protruding structures on the top of the building. These really don't add to our frame. So after doing all the effort of finding this lift lobby, the lifts go up to 30 floors, so they take so much time. I walked up the stairs and the result is that this won't work. Back to the base. So what I'm doing now is scouting for these little detailed shots, and I'm just going around the entire property to find small nooks and corners where we can frame our subject and the building. This is actual way of finding, scouting and finalizing shots. So I have my cameras with me and I am continuously going around scouting and clicking if I'm able to create a composition from somewhere. This is 5:25 in the evening. The sunset is at 6:30. So we need to position our camera for the evening shot very soon on this spot. This spot is ideal. So now if you compare it with the spot which was on the third floor, here you can see the curves of this building, you know, this curve, the workmanship, a bit of the ceiling, because in this material we need to show that it is wrapped around, and you know, everywhere, even on the bottom surfaces, it is the same material. So we have to show all of this in the shot. So this position of the camera is ideal compared to the one on the third floor. I think this is going to be the final shot. It's just that I want to also see the name, the Club Mocha. So accordingly, maybe I'll move my camera a little here. Here the Club Mocha is visible. And I'll go a little wide. See, this frame is making quite a lot of sense. Here is set. The frame is set. And we're just waiting for the right moment. In a little while the light will take over and we will have our perfect shot. Okay, let me explain you why this flickering happens when we start to shoot in video, and sometime it doesn't happen, while sometime it happens. This is basically to do with the refresh rate of the lights inside and the refresh rate or the frames at which you're shooting. At the moment we are shooting at 30 frames per second. The refresh rate of lights inside is 50 hertz, okay, which means 50 times a second. To help us counter this flicker, what we have to do is change our frame settings in the camera to a multiple of 50, okay. It may also stop when you switch it to 1/25. The frame rate goes to 1/25. You can see that the flicker will stop. I'll just change the frame rate. Oh shucks, in my camera here I cannot change the frame rate. Mobile phone cameras have limitations, but you should check out in your professional camera and you'll be able to see what I'm saying. And do comment in the section if you're able to stop the flicker. Finally. So the lights are building up and the sun is about to set. What a beautiful, beautiful cloudy evening. Did I say that I love my profession? Did I? What do you think? I do. So we are in the final leg of the shoot in this beautiful county club. What an evening. Wow. I think I should fly the drone for a little bit again. Try and get some skies. Ooh. Evenings are gonna be fun here. Away from humanity though, but fun nonetheless. Sometimes away from humanity is better. This is like a full-scale resort feels. One of the most satisfying shots of this beautiful clubhouse. Yeah, we are here.